Okay, you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And hello, our topic is about the modern art, which is the Starry Night, and our group has Thanapat and me, Pranpreya. And first, I will start with the description of the object. For our group, we have the 12 descriptions. The first is the Starry Night is the name of the artwork, and we also write the description as the what is the Starry Night, or the content, which is the 10 swirly star, Venus, blah blah. The author, which is the Vincent van Gogh, the date that the Starry Night painted, and the next is the material, the size, and the unit of the size, which is the centimeter, and the next is the place that a Starry Night formed in, which is the Museum of Modern Art, and the city of the museum, and the next is the transportation to go to the museum, the modern art, and the next is the established date, and the last description is the street that Museum of the Art stayed in. And the next I will talk about the RDF graph. In our group, we set the Starry Night as the subject, and for the size, the year that Van Gogh painting will be the literal, and the artist will become the object. Moreover, we write the Museum of the Art as the object of the Starry Night, and it's also the subject for the other trees, which is the street, the New York City, and the date that established. And the next is our RDF XML code. We use two URI for the topic, which is the DBpedia property and DBpedia ontology, and we define it as DBP and DBO. And for the subject, we use the Wikipedia. And for the predicate, we use DBP total, DBP alternate, which is the existing predicate that DBpedia provide on the internet. And for the object, we have two types, which are the object and the literal. For the object, we also use the RDF resource to inform that it is the object too. And the next is the triple of the model is informed that it is subject, predicate, the object. In the subject, you can see that we have two subjects. This is the Starry Night and the Museum of the Art. And this is our graph. Sorry. And for the total, we decided to pick with 3, and the one that we write extra from the RDF is DBR resource for inform the link in the total, and the subject is Wikipedia as the same. And the next is entry. In our group, we write the entry different from the total. In the entry, the subject will be repeated, but in the total, we use subject just one time. And entry, we also repeated the predicate also. And the last value of the sentence will be the object end with the full stop. And the next is our RDF schema. In the total format, we use the RDF and RDFS for the uh, for for the properties and define the value at the end and end with the semicolon. And this is our RDF schema for the schema in total. Do you have any question or comment?
Would you go back to the N3 slide?
Okay.
So this is the difference between N3 and turtle. But I think this way of like syntax, it just isn't it N triple, or they are the same? N3
it is
N triple.
All right. Triple. Is it the same, right? I think it's the same.
I think N triple is a subset of N3.
Yeah, I mean, like the only difference is just like when you define the predicates, you just put the whole like URL, right, for the N triple, just to make the machine read I mean, like the machine understand these things easier or something.
It's the same as writing in shorthand, like using the colon, like how do you say it? Using what do you call it? Oh my god, I don't. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Like using another term to hold the URL and then using that instead of repeating the URL. It's the same thing, right? But yeah, but specific N3, I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Actually, I'm a little bit confused between that, but I heard professor said in the course that N3 will be more complicated in terms of their subject and predicate will be repeated. So I read it. Yeah.
In the lecture slide, like she has written using colon and then a term and then a colon and a term, colon and a term inside curly braces, something like that, right? In the lecture slide. But I tried to implement it, I couldn't do it. Like there is no way to validate either. Like I tried validators, but they always say that the curly brace is an error. Did anyone try it? Like
yeah,
I'm not
it didn't work for me as well.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm quite confused, like how to differentiate between N3 and turtle. Because from what I understand, turtle will always work for N3, right? Because turtle is a subset of N3. Yeah. But there should be specific N3 notation as well, I think. I don't know. Maybe we can ask the professor. I don't know.
Sure.
But for me, I think I better go for something that easier.
Yeah, I think it's not wrong for us to put turtle in N3. It's not wrong, I think, because turtle comes under N3, right? So it's theoretically okay.
Yeah, as long as we understand the whole concept, I think it should be fine.
It's quite similar, but in different syntax and form, I think.
Different form.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Can you go to the schema?
The code or the model?
Yeah, the code, Do you know if we have to like always say, for example, if you take the artist, right? Do we have to create a label like RDFS range and then equate it to something like DBR person or something like that? Should we always do that? Because I've seen that. Like say if you have a sentence like the author of this book is Vincent, then it's like Vincent RDFS range and then person, like the person tag. Like, is it like, I'm not sure if I'm making it clear, but like, should we always follow that format? Is it necessary, or are we free to choose? Do you get my point?
You mean we should write it more clearly in terms of we should write the specific what is the Vincent Van Gogh, right?
Yeah. Like he's a person, something like that. Should we always have that label? I mean, I don't know how to explain it clearly.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in terms of data, in my opinion, it should be constrained into the proper range. Yeah, so I think it should put the range of like person or something. It would be better.
Right.
If we do that, it makes more sense.
I got your part. Thank you.
Is it necessary to do it, or is it like, does it just makes things better, or if you don't do it, is it wrong? Do you understand my question?
Yeah, I understand your question, but if I do like that, maybe I have to define the property by ourselves, by myself, like team group do. Yeah, because in this assignment I use just the existing property in the DBpedia, but your suggestions is good. Maybe I can define the property by myself. I understand you, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think you understood, but I wasn't specifically directing it at you. I'm just generally asking because I have doubts. Yeah, but yeah, I think you're right.
Thank you for suggestion. Are there any comments or questions?
Not actually. You are so clear. We have done all the 6 tasks. That's it. Nothing much.
Sorry.
From my side, there is nothing.
Oh, okay. But I will stop sharing.
Yeah, you can. Can I present my screen? Because last time I think I started in middle screen recording, so I will
yes,
go with that again.